hell up. There we go. Friends, it's not often that I'm sitting this way in front of my camera, and most commonly I'm trying to share with you my passion for tying flies, and hopefully those of you who've subscribed to the channel have been able to learn along the way just like I've learned along the way. But today I'm kind of turning the tables a little bit and doing something that I'm really uncomfortable with, to be quite honest, but also something that is incredibly important to me. Not only do I have a passion for tying flies, but I also have a passion for the outdoors. I have a passion for fly fishing. I grew up in Idaho, in southeastern Idaho, and spent a lot of my early years and all the way up through today growing up in a place called Island Park, Idaho. Island Park happens to be just outside of Yellowstone National Park, and we actually have a cabin up there now, so I'm able to take my children up to that area where they've grown to love the outdoors. They've learned to appreciate the power and the beauty of what is offered in that special place up there in Idaho. I'm down in Utah now, but we travel up there all the time to spend weekends and weeks up in Island Park, just spending time hiking, exploring, photographing, fishing, and taking trips into Yellowstone National Park as well. I'm coming to you today because of something that I just recently found out about that is really troubling to me. There's an area up by our cabin called Henry's Lake Flat. It's a spot where I learned to fish. I learned to appreciate the outdoors. I remember as a child, probably 5 or 6, fishing on a stream that flows out of Henry's Lake, which is a phenomenal fishing spot, fly fishing and other fishing as well. On this little stream I was fishing, and Dad let me cross the stream as we were heading back to the car to fish on the other side, and right as I got to the other side, a cow moose and 2 calves broke through the willows, probably about maybe 3-4 feet away from me. Close enough that I could see the rings around the eyes of the calves. I was looking back on it, and shortly after that I found that I was very fortunate that she didn't see me. But it is one of those cherished memories that I know we all have, especially those that are, subscribers to this channel who enjoy fishing and the outdoors, that we remember. My dad said it was the first time he ever saw anyone walk on water, which was probably what I did as I was scrambling back across the water, spooked, much like I'm sure the moose and the calves were spooked when we crossed paths that day. Today that area looks pretty much the exact same as it did when I was growing up, which is really unusual in these days and times. My children are experiencing it exactly the way that I experienced it. That the area, that flat, is the home of pronghorn, grazing out on the grasses. We see sandhill cranes, very beautiful, just by the roadside. Also, obviously, there are moose, grizzlies in that area too. That particular stream is one of the two main headwaters going into the Henry's Fork of the Snake River, which is just a prized and valuable asset. I hate to even use the word asset. It's a gift. And somebody's looking to make a dramatic change there, and that's a change that I don't want to see. Not trying to be selfish, but because I want to preserve it, because it's meant so much to me, and I know it's going to mean so much to my children and to many other families and children and generations to come. The plan is to put a major airport in that area. I don't know why, other than to make profit, to make money. There is a airport in West Yellowstone, a large airport there. There doesn't need to be another one this close to Yellowstone National Park. The park's already crowded as it is, and that airport is probably less than 20 miles away from where they plan to put this airport. What will end up happening with an airport located in that area is incredible noise, toxic fumes from jet fuel. The hotel that they plan to put there as well, and a community surrounding it, will crowd and destroy what is really a serene landscape. So I'm asking you today to just take a moment. I'll put a link on the screen as well as in the description to sign a petition. Usually not one for petition signing and rallying. That's just not who I am, and it's certainly not what I intended this channel to be. But this issue is far too important to allow it to pass by. If this were to come to pass, and if it does come to pass, it's something that will never change and will forever change one of the few beautiful spots that remain in the Mountain West. So I again ask you, just take a moment. Visit the site. It only takes a second to sign the petition and voice your concern, regardless of where you are in the country or around the world, to take a stand and say there are some places that are too important to let development intrude and ruin these pristine and precious areas that we want to have protected and we want to have available for our children and our grandchildren.